Hey, Catalina. Hey, Larry. This is Copper's favorite thing in the world to do. He's lap deprived on the weekends, unfortunately. Hey, Tina. And Tina, while you're here, thank you so much for all the stuff you donated. That was really nice of you and totally not necessary. Hey, Aaron. We still have more boxes at the post office to pick up. Hey, D Hutch. I got a notice in the mail that says they're down there, and they called me yesterday afternoon, but I was here when they called, and there was no way I could get by there before they closed to pick everything up. And once again, I'm ill prepared to do a lengthy close up today. I was at 50% on my phone, and I left the house without the battery pack. But I had the pet store on my mind. I had to go get some cans of food for him. We're going to start feeding him the same thing we feed our cats at home. And we didn't have enough to feed him and our cats until our Chewy shipment arrived, so I had to go get like a dozen cans and leave a couple up here until we have more delivered. I'm debating whether or not I want to leave this guy out amongst the general population. And I mean, he's got this whole room to wander around, but every time I check in on him, he's right there. And it's better than being caged up somewhere or outside in the elements and all that, but I just feel bad because I know he likes to wander around the office. Hey, Mr. Krabs. And he's like my Russell. He likes to give love bites. He's never bitten very hard. He was a little worked up the first day we brought him here, and he got kind of, I won't say aggressive. He just got too rough with his claws on Melanie, but this is all he ever does to me is little love bites. He's extremely sweet, Mr. Krabs. Yeah, I think so too, D Hutch. He doesn't ever act like he wants to fight anybody. But the fact that he got beat up by a bunch of cats, he always seems like he's kind of on edge around the others. And I don't want to stress him out. This is Copper. You're looking at him. He's a rescue who decided to stand up for some reason. Let's go this way. The light's a little better. I'm just casting a shadow on his face, though. You want to go out and see the girls? Come on, let's go see the girls. Come on, Copper. He's not letting me stand up. He's just going to plop right back down again and push up against me. He does. The past 2 days, Friday after work and yesterday afternoon, I came up here And in the other empty office where the couch is, where we had Clara's kittens for a while, I've been taking him in there and I'll stretch out on the couch and he'll lay on my chest and he doesn't move. And we both ended up falling asleep in there 2 days in a row. So he definitely enjoys it. I'll flip around camera. There we go. No, he's an extremely affectionate cat. I hope we don't have any trouble finding a good home for him. His only fault as far as being adopted is he's a little older, which, if you want to call that a fault, I don't think it's a fault. Some people prefer older cats. But he's just as sweet as can be. He let me put his eye medicine in. I didn't have to scruff him. I just kind of put my hand under his chin and tilted his head up. And he didn't argue a bit. I went about it a much different way yesterday. I tried to scruff him and put it in because I didn't think he would cooperate, but unbeknownst to me, he is totally fine letting you do whatever. And most of his little scabs that he had a couple of little scabs on the side of his head here. They have dried up and flaked off, so there's still a couple of little rough spots on him where he's been scratched, but hopefully those are going to continue to heal up. I do want to get him to the vet this week, though. His eye, I think I'm supposed to put those drops in like once every 4 hours, and then on the weekends I'm not here to do it every 4 hours. I can try to do that during the week, but I think I do want to take him to the vet and get him checked out and make sure he doesn't have some kind of infection or something going on. Like I said, his eyes don't get necessarily goopy like is typical with respiratory infections, but it just, his right eye, this eye waters all the time. It's not right now because I've blotted it off and put his drops in. He is a boy. Yeah, if I could keep him, I would, but we can't. We just cannot. We weren't supposed to keep Hank and Wilson, but you all know how that story played out. But Copper, I think, will be very affectionate to just about anybody. He doesn't really seem to meet a stranger, so my hope is that he will do fine wherever he goes. I don't think he'll hide from anybody. When I first took him out of the carrier the day I brought him up here, he climbed in my lap pretty quickly. So, hey, Karate Joe. But I was going to get up and go see the ladies and let Lily out. I've got her in another room where she can lick her food. She hasn't really been eating it when I'm here. Somebody comes back and eats it, but she just licks all the juice off of it unless she's really hungry. I hope so. But I'm going to keep him here for a little while until his tail is completely healed up and his hair grown back and all that. He's about 7, I think, Mr. Krabs. Just based on the vet's estimates when he was fixed. But yeah, I want to let all his hair grow back and let all his little scratches heal up and, like I said, get his eye looked at and make sure his eye's not scratched or he doesn't have some kind of infection going on. he doesn't act sick. I haven't noticed him sneezing or anything like that, so I'm wondering if he just didn't get scratched in the eye in one of his tussles and it's still healing. But you couldn't ask for a nicer cat, especially given what he's been through. I'm sorry for the lighting, folks. I'm kind of sitting up against the desk opposite of the windows, and I know it's kind of harsh. If it's lagging, I haven't noticed it on my end, Mr. Krabs. Normally I see it on my screen. And see, now he's got that eye closed. Now they're both closed. Maybe he was just keeping one of them open on purpose. Yeah, he's still got a couple little scabby spots on his head. They're not bad. It's more like dry skin at this point that just hasn't totally healed up. But we'll get there, huh? I think we'll get there. Yeah, I'm going to get him checked. I'm not sure what's going on, and I don't want the other cats to get it. Like I said, normally with upper respiratory, he would be sneezing and all that stuff, but I haven't heard him sneeze the first time. My real dilemma, if I do let him out, is with the wet food out there. They kind of pick at it. They'll eat a little bit and then they'll come back later and eat some more until it's all gone. But this guy likes to eat. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that if I leave him out. I am trying to get a little weight on him. He's a little bit skinny. Not terribly skinny, but he could stand to gain just a little bit of weight. But I don't want him to get an upset stomach from eating too much because I've been giving him a third of the 5.5 ounce cans and I've been leaving the dry food completely full so he can eat whenever he wants to. He loves the wet food. Copper, it's kind of hard to get a good angle of you like this. Especially with the light being so bright coming in the window. And I can't find a comfortable spot. I should have brought my tripod. I had it in the truck. I just didn't think to bring it inside. So this is what we're dealing with. This will be sort of short anyway. Like I said, I'm waiting on my low battery warning at any time. So. Well, that's good. I know he's eaten almost. You can even see this. This side of the dish is almost totally out of dry food, so I know he's eaten that much. I'm not measuring anything. I'm just filling them into like a heaping mound in each side of the dish, and let him eat what he wants and when he wants. But I know that if I were looking for a cat, I would look for the one that wants to sit in your lap all the time. And that's this guy. Since we lost Russell, I don't really have a lap cat anymore, so I'm going to be jealous as to whoever gets this guy. But I know I can't keep him. And I'm trying to remind myself of that every single day. I know by the time whenever it is time for him to go to PetSmart or however we do it, it's going to suck. But it won't suck for him. It'll just suck for me. Because I don't think I'm just going to let him go to anybody. We're going to have to do some screening, huh? I'm going to let you just go somewhere for somebody to put you outside. I think you've had enough of that for a lifetime. But yeah, he has a really big head like Russell did, but he has short hair like George. He's like a mixture of the two. But he's obviously not going to let me get up and go show you the other ladies. So I guess we'll just sit right here and until my battery tells me it's going to die, and then we'll end it, and then I'll let him out in the room and see what happens. I guess I'll make my decision as to whether I leave him out or not. Clara and Lily are going to be fine, I think. Yesterday when I was here, Lily, she didn't even do her loud yowling noise that she had been doing. Clara's okay with him. It's something about Stumpy that I think Stumpy is really afraid of him. And with her being nervous, it makes him nervous because he doesn't know what she's going to do, if anything. And he's not going to do anything. I really don't believe he would. But it's the unknown. He perks up when Stumpy is around. Gets real wide-eyed and just has that uncertain look on his face. But he absolutely loves attention. Another little flaky piece of skin that's just come off as I'm petting him. I'm supposed to get him a cat tree, and I was supposed to get it Friday, and I left and forgot it when I picked up all the litter from the post office on Friday. I dropped it off after work that afternoon, or was that Thursday? That may have been Thursday. Yeah, I think that had to be Thursday. Anyway, when I dropped the litter off, there was a cat tree that it had been at PetSmart, and the very top of it, the very top post had a little perch that had broken off, and PetSmart couldn't sell it. But I mean, the rest of it is intact. It's got a couple of layers on it, and it's a big, tall scratching post thing. And they couldn't sell it, so they gave it to Paws, and it was going to be given to me. And I just forgot to put it in the back of my truck when I left. So hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on how much stuff is at the post office, I need to go pick it up at the post office, and hopefully I can get back by there and drop that off and pick his cat tree up and bring it here, and he'll have something to perch on and probably get a better view out the window, being off the floor a little bit. Are you trying to end the stream, Copper? Pawing at the phone. Yeah, he and Clara will go nose to nose, and they're okay. She hissed at first, but she hasn't been doing that lately. And I'll try Lily again in just a little bit. She was okay with him yesterday. She didn't hiss or yowl or anything. Stumpy hasn't hissed. She gets all tense and nervous about it. Sorry, my hand keeps getting in the way. I'm trying to hold this and aim it in the right spot and run my mouth all at once. And difficult. Let's try that one. You can see a little more of him that way. See, he's got another little scabby spot somewhere over here. I just felt it, and now I can't find it again. Somewhere on his side, there's another little scab. Hey, Connie. Copper is not allowing me to stand up, so we're just sitting here right now. He just wants to lay in the lap. Which is making it difficult to find a place to put my phone and keep it stationary. And I have the handles to these desk drawers digging into my spine. Trying to get my hand out of the way. Yeah, he's settled in quite a bit since his first day. He was still mostly calm, even on his first day here, but he definitely is now. There's another little scab right there on his side. I'm annoying him by pulling off flaky pieces of skin, but I want to get all that stuff off of him. Either the fox or the cats, I'm not sure which. I mean, he's had several little scratches and scabs that I've found on him. I was saying before you got here, he had some right by his, he's not letting me show you, but right by his ear, he had a few little spots. You can kind of see one maybe right there by his eye, but which is another reason I wonder if he's got a scratch on his eye, but I don't know. But those have mostly flaked off, and several others have fallen off as well. So he's healing up little by little. He still has some hair to grow back on his tail. I guess they shaved it when they treated that wound. We can set it right there now. There's my low battery warning. Actually got to go a lot longer than I expected to be able to go. His big foot is in the way now. So I guess I will wind this down and let him out in the main room and see how things go, and make a decision as to whether I leave him or leave the door open for him to come and go. We'll just see how it goes. Like I said, that I have a dilemma with the food, because if I leave their wet food down that they haven't eaten, he'll probably gobble up every bit of it. So I may let him stay out. I may not. I'm not 100% yet, because I don't know if I'd be able to get back up here tonight to put him in the room if I wanted to let him stay out just for a little while. He seems very content being in here as long as I'm in here with him, and I haven't seen him pacing around and be upset when I'm not here. But I know if I'm in the main room and he hears me out there, he starts to cry. So I know he wants to go out there, or he just wants to be around me, apparently. I don't guess it really matters where. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. And sorry, cat lover, my battery is about to die. But you can go back and watch it. It should upload almost immediately as soon as I end this. But that's going to do it for today, I guess. I will try to remember my battery pack next time I'm here, or at least have my phone fully charged and do this the right way. So thank you, everybody. Sorry it's short, and sorry I have to end it when you guys just get here. It's just how it happens sometimes. But I'll be here for a little bit longer in the main room and hanging out with the other goofballs, and I'll make my decision as to whether I leave him out or put him back in here. So thank you, everybody. We will do it again soon. Hope you all have a good day, good night, and we'll see you next time.